Welcome to RV Academy. In income tax, already we discussed income from business, income from profession. Now, today I am going to discuss income from capital gains. To assess the income under the capital gains, basis charges under section 45(1) says the profits and gains arising out of transfer of capital assets during the previous year, that is 18 and 19, is taxable under the head income from capital gains. In other words, if any capital asset is transferred, then it has to be assessed under the head capital gains. Capital assets means what? The property of any kind held by an assessee, whether related to his business or profession or not. It may be movable or immovable, tangible or intangible, fixed or floating. It includes land, building, machinery, investments, goodwill, jewelry, shares, debentures, bonds, license to manufacture, leasehold rights, and so on. All these will come under the head capital gains. If these assets are transferred or sold during the previous year by an assessee, then we have to assess under the head capital gains. So here it is mentioned in the act. It includes what? Land and building, machinery, investment, goodwill, jewelry, shares, debentures, bonds, license to manufacture, leasehold rights, and so on. So all these are the capital assets. If such capital assets are transferred or sold during the previous year, then we have to assess under the head capital gains. So any profit arised out of transfer or sale of capital assets should be assessed under the head capital gains. There are two types of capital gains. One is called short-term capital assets and second one is called long-term capital assets. What is this short-term capital assets? If the asset is held for less than 36 months and sold, then it is assessed under the head short-term capital assets. So we call it as short-term capital asset. If asset is held for less than 3 years, or we call it as 36 months. So according to Income Tax Act, if it is held for less than 36 months and sold, then we have to assess under the head short-term capital assets. If asset is held for more than 36 months and sold, then it will be assessed under the head long-term capital assets. So these differences will be shown very clearly in the computation. In case of long-term capital assets or capital gains, we are going to apply the index cost. I will tell you what is the index cost in the next example. And short-term capital assets, we never going to apply the index cost. So if asset is held for less than 36 months, short-term assets. If asset is held for more than 36 months and sold, it comes under long-term capital assets. This has certain exceptions, that is called financial assets. The following assets are to be treated as short-term capital asset provided if they are not held for more than 12 months. So this will not applicable to these are the assets. So if securities in the sense financial assets like shares of a company, listed security, unit trust of India units, mutual funds in section 10 subsection 230, zero coupon bonds, all these will be, if all these assets held for less than 12 months and sold. Here we never going to apply 36 months provision, it is got exceptions here. So if it is held for less than 12 months and sold, then it comes under short-term capital assets or capital gains. If it is held for more than 12 months, we are going to assess under the long-term capital gains. So these two are the various methods of computing the capital gains. So now next I will show how to compute the long-term capital gain and the short-term capital gain with the help of a chart. Just look at the format here. For computation of short-term capital gain, format of computation of HTCG, sale consideration at what price it is sold minus selling expenses, if any, like brokerage, commission, etc. paid, will be taken as selling expenses. The remaining value is called as net consideration minus cost of acquisition, means at what price it is purchased, that is called cost of acquisition. Cost of improvement, if there is any improvements made during the period, that will be taken as cost of improvement of the asset. So minus, we get short-term capital gain. Certain deductions allowed under section 54B, 54D, 54G, 54GA, whichever deductions applicable, we have to deduct that. That chart I will show in my next explanation. After this explanation, I will show the chart. So there are certain deductions allowed. Minus that, we get taxable short-term capital gain. So in case of computation of STCG, no index cost is applied. We never going to apply the index cost. So straight away we take the values here. Now, how to compute the long-term capital gain? The format is same. Sale consideration minus selling expenses, we get the net consideration. Here you can see you can observe we have taken cost of acquisition. Here we applied index cost of acquisition. What is this index cost? Index is developed since from 2001-2. So 2001-2 is taken as a base year. 100 rupees is taken as a base year. 100%. Today, what will be the value? So since from 2001 till date, the index cost is developed. We're going to apply that index cost. That chart is given here. You please follow the chart. Index cost of acquisition. Since from 2001 to the index chart is developed. So 2001-2 it is 100. 2002-3 105, 3-4 109, 4-5 113, 5-6 117, 6-7 122, 7-8 129, 8-9 137, 9-10 148, 10-11 167, 11-12 184, 12-13 200, 13-14 220, 14-15 240, 15-16 254, 16-17 264, 17-18 272, 18 and 19 280. It's very simple. The price what we were paying in the year 2001 to 100 rupees is equivalent to 280 rupees today. So this index cost of inflation index is given in the act. We have to apply this act when we are calculating the LTCG. This index cost is not applicable for STCG. Now see here the sale consideration, selling expenses, index cost of acquisition, index cost of improvement. If any asset is improved before it is sold, index cost of improvement. The final answer will be LTCG. There are certain deductions allowed in the act. Deductions from 54, 54B, 54D, 54EC, 54F, 54G, 54GA, 54GB. So any deductions applicable is supposed to be deducted out of the LTCG. We get taxable LTCG. So in case of short-term capital gain, we never going to apply the index cost. In case of long-term capital gain, we apply the index cost. One more format here, format of computation of depreciable asset. If the written down value of the asset is given, we never apply the index cost. Sale consideration, selling expenses, net consideration, WDV as on opening of the year, that is 1/4/17, cost of new assets purchased during the year if any, minus we get taxable STCG, taxable short-term capital gain. Format of computation of self-generated asset. So self-generated means it is not purchased, outright purchase is not made, it is produced or manufactured by themselves. Any such manufactured asset is sold. Sale consideration minus selling expenses net consideration, cost of acquisition. So taxable STCG or LTCG. If asset is held for more than 36 months and sold, then it comes LTCG. If asset is held for less than 36 months and sold, then it comes under STCG. These four formats are given in the Act. So these two are very important. So STCG and LTCG, and the deduction chart is given here. Please go through it. So deductions from 54B to 54GB is given here. Well, in my next video, I'm going to work out the computation of taxable capital gains. Please like, share and subscribe my video. Thank you.